Hey everybody. Hey Patreon. This is especially for you, and today the topic is ticks.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about ticks around here on the property on Daniel's homestead right up there, on the one that we're building here, because ticks are everywhere. Lyme's disease is a very important thing that everyone needs to be aware of, especially its reactions, and the fact that for some people it can be a lifelong detrimental disease. Right now we see a lot of the Lone Star ticks. Now, how do you tell the Lone Star ticks?
The white dot, right?
That's right, the white dot on the back.
He taught me that.
The CDC has never found a Lone Star tick to transmit Lyme disease, so that's a good thing for us. But nonetheless, they can transmit infection. You can still get like a bacterial infection at the site of the tick bite, and especially on our children or on the animals, you really want to keep a close eye. So our first kind of line of defense is nightly tick checks.
Yes, nightly tick checks. Now that's something that we have been doing a lot, and the mild winter has really got us, because actually day before yesterday I found 2 on me, and then yesterday I found 3, and Anna found 2, so and Krista found 2. So I don't know what your family's been finding, but it's ridiculous on ticks this year. It's just crazy. So.
And I actually saw a white paper out from one of the universities in the southwest of the United States that said they expected this year to be worse than the last 10 years because of the environmental changes.
Yeah, so ticks are going to be bad.
Yeah.
So we've been discussing alternative methods to handle these ticks naturally, and one thing we've discussed is guinea fowl.
Absolutely. Guinea fowl, for anyone that doesn't know, is a small, they look kind of like a poultry, they look like a chicken. Why would we use those?
Because they work in a circle. They'll start off in a small circle and work their way around, and their favorite food is ticks.
Can't have better than that. And now we were talking about the different options we have, because we still have some fencing to do. We're going to fence in both of our properties together so that our animals can just go back and forth and they can graze and everything. So we were talking about ways to contain the guinea fowl, and I asked about, do we need to fence them in their own enclosure? You said no.
No, I'd say, well, just because they work in a big circle and the circle gets bigger and bigger like a spiral, I'd say just let them run, and then they'll start over again and begin. American Homestead, and if you don't know that channel, you need to go ahead.
Subscribe, yeah.
Yeah, subscribe. But he puts his guinea fowl up at night, and that's the only time that they're really in danger. So, and it's all the way you train them. So that's what we would like to do, is to train them to go up at night, and in the daytime they could start on their circles and eat all the ticks they want to.
Yeah, so that's kind of our game plan. If you guys have another option out there, please let us know. We're, of course, letting the goats roam freely so that they can eat down all the brush and everything, and make it so that the ticks, you just don't come into contact with them as much, plus you're feeding your livestock. If you do get a tick bite, one of the things that you want to look out for is within a 24 to 48 hour period, you want to look out for a red ring around the site. Doesn't necessarily mean Lyme's disease, but it is an indicator. It's indicative of that type of infection, and keep an eye on it. If that also spreads to a rash, and then within a week or so, the person who suffered the tick bite starts having a fever and flu-like symptoms, and not just the flu, because they also feel like they can't walk, they're very tired, has a lot of other health impacts. So as soon as you notice that, you need to take your next step of action, and you need to kind of, go off the tier and say, okay, how do I treat this right now? But the first step is always prevention. Now, when we're doing like the tick checks at night, you really have to check everywhere.
Yeah.
So my boys, we just shave their head, 1, because they want to look just like daddy, and 2, because you can just really look over real quick. So what do you suggest? Do you suggest a comb or a pick for hair or anything?
Yeah, with Anna we use a comb. With Krista we use a comb. Mine's so thin you can pretty much see through it. So,
okay.
Yeah, but it is very important to make sure you do a tick check. But now the other night we did a tick check, and Anna still had ticks on her. So they were on her clothes or something. So I think you should change clothes when you're doing the tick check. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And they can be just on the ground. You bring them in, they get off your pants. Now they're on the ground waiting for an opportunity to find a host. So we're never driven by fear for anything. We just make a plan of action. So we're sure that every 24-hour period everybody will have done a tick check, and you can see that no one has one on them.
Yes, absolutely. And I would tell everybody to watch out for it this year. Even if you live in subdivisions, go ahead and check. Do your tick checks.
Yeah.
And one other tidbit, just so you know, guinea fowl hate snakes and will run every snake off your property too. So.
Yeah, another plus for them. So keep an eye out here on Daniel's Homestead. Keep an eye out on the Patreon campaign as we move forward with this. Probably within the next 3 to 6 months, we'll be exploring that option, and you'll be able to see some here.
Yes, absolutely. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. It's my honor to have Brad here helping me because he's a wealth of knowledge. And but anyway, guys, so this is just for y'all. I hope you enjoy it. I love you, and please, thank you. That's all I can say. Yeah. I'm honored.
Thanks for being here on your Patreon campaign. It's huge because Daniel is working to give back to everyone who supports what you do, and it really does create a great level playing field where you can enjoy someone's content as the Patreon member, and the content creator can have this one-on-one relationship that you just can't get on YouTube.
Absolutely.
So it really transcends that, where you can really become, you can be supportive of someone you like, and you can become friends with them. So it's huge. I think it's great.
Absolutely. So, well, thank y'all, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.